श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितां तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे हरि ओम तत्सत हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण ओके okay wow nice thank you for joining oh wow Shyamala Hare Krishna Smita very good Sandhya Hare Krishna so many devotees joining today very good nice to see okay so last week what was the homework we had the recording of the japa. Anyone who didn't try tried last time, like last week, recording and hearing back the japa, or anything that you tried significantly different last week to improve japa? Anyone has anything to share? Yes,
Yes,
Munra.
yes, Mataji, I had tried. In fact, I was keep trying every week. Last
Uh-huh.
week also I had tried. But what I can see is that whenever like little tiredness there, then generally there is drop of silent for around 4 5 seconds, and then it comes up automatically. I have not done anything, but once I replay the recording, I can see that there is a black spot, So that means there was drop in the sound, drop in the mantra. Then again it comes back. So that is something which I'm struggling.
Okay, thank you. At least once we are aware of it, we can work on it. And if the mind is aware that that's happening, it actually becomes better. That silence is because we are dosing, no? Yeah, if it is sleep that is needed, we need to sleep, a little earlier so that we don't get tired in the morning. Or maybe we don't drink enough water, then the body heat goes up and then we sleep. No, so we need to see. Okay, thank you. Anyone else? No. Who all tried reading Krishna book every day last week? Yes. Wow. Wonderful. 1, 2, 3. Good. Yeah, me too. Smita. Yes. Nice. Hello, Lachi. Good. Yes, that's a good thing, no? Get into the habit of reading Krishna book. So at the end of the day, we have got, whatever happens during the day, at the end, we are going with Krishna in our heart. Very important, because at the end of it, all that matters is Krishna and our relation with Krishna. Everything else in this world is temporary. Everything else will change. All that will remain is Krishna, and he will never leave our side. No? Yes. So till everyone gets into that habit, or till everyone gets addicted to Krishna. Till then, I'll keep asking. So the whole point in asking is to get into your consciousness. Yes, I should read Krishna book every day. And that will help our chanting the next day. But sometimes we may have to tell it again and again and again and again and again. And then after like 6 months, it occurs, oh yeah, let me try reading. She's been telling for 6 months, every Monday, she's telling to read Krishna book. Let me try reading. And then once we read it, and then we get hooked. So we need to get hooked to that, Krishna, the beautiful, wonderful, wonderful Krishna. There's one chapter in Krishna called Wonderful Krishna. And all gopis are telling, oh, Krishna is so wonderful, he does this. Krishna is so wonderful, he does that. And then once we read Prabhupada's book, Prabhupada has given everything in his book. There is also, there is a song by, I think, Rupa Goswami, Giri Pujeham. You've heard that song? That who sings that, Penny? That Giri Pujeham. Ian Chester. No? So Vihita Kena, yeah. Giri Pujeham Vihita Kena. It's a beautiful song, and the way he sings also is nice. What happens is the gopis are hearing about Krishna, and so they're having, the boys have a game about Krishna. So the gopis are hiding and seeing what this cowherd boys are doing. So the cowherd boys, what they do, they have a game called Who Lifted the Govardhan Hill. That is Giri Pujeham Vihita Kena. Who lifted Govardhan Hill? So they have divided into two groups. So one group is asking, who lifted the Govardhan Hill? Then the other set of boys are telling, the same one who delivered Putana. You've heard that? And then they will ask, who lifted the Govardhan Hill? And then say, oh, who humbled Kaliya? So they never say Krishna. So it's kind of a riddle, no? Who lifted Govardhan Hill? Whoever delivered Putana. Who lifted Govardhan Hill? Who humbled Kaliya? Who lifted Govardhan Hill? Who killed Aghasura? So then the girls are seeing this, that the boys are playing, and the girls come and do the same play. So the girls divide into two groups, and one go, they just run towards each other. Who lifted Govardhan Hill? The same person who killed Aghasura. The who lifted Govardhan Hill, who the same person who killed Dhenukasura, or like that, everything. So that's why every line starts with Giri Pujeham Vihita Kena. It's in Sanskrit, so it's like I have not by hearted. I don't know if anyone else have by hearted it. So the whole thing is in Sanskrit, but very beautiful. So I don't know whether the girls saw that, or they're asking one of the cowherd boys, what do you do? What games do you play with Krishna? And he says, oh, this is the game that we play with Krishna. So then the girls also starts playing. So Rupa Goswami writes this song, Giri Pujeham Vihita Kena. So Krishna is wonderful. I'm telling myself also, it's not that I'm sitting with pure Krishna prema that I can tell you about Krishna. No, I'm telling so that I also hear that Krishna is wonderful. It's just that we are deceased, so we don't have the taste. But Krishna is wonderful. Krishna is really wonderful. Gopis never thought of anything else. Krishna's devotees don't think of anything else. Why? Because here we get everything. There's nothing we have to go and check, see anything anywhere. No? Could be social life, could be adventure. So much adventures we have in our life in terms of doing programs, putting on the spot to do things like, many things happen. So whatever we need, the best prasadam, best food, Where else can we get such variety of food free of cost every week different? Whether we go to the temple or we have program, whatever we are doing, every week we are getting different. Even when we are cooking at home, before we came to Krishna consciousness, what was our food habit? All junk, dead things we were eating. And now we come to Krishna consciousness, fresh. Even if it is yesterday's food, today is too much for us because we need to offer again to Krishna. So we cannot eat, like we cannot cook. I don't know whether anyone here had that habit, like cook, keep it in the freezer, heat it, and have, no? But when we start offering to Krishna, we cannot do that because we have to offer fresh every day. They keep, like they cook for 1 week, keep in the freezer, then take a little, put in microwave, eat that, next day take. No, that doesn't work in Krishna consciousness because we have to offer fresh for Krishna. When we offer fresh for Krishna, automatically we eat fresh. So everything is good in Krishna consciousness. Some test will come, something. Krishna also has the rasa, and that is rasa. No? So, like sometimes the both ways, no? Krishna sometimes give mercy by being with us, helping us, and sometimes he also gives mercy by standing back. Have you experienced that? Krishna standing back and seeing, you get into some difficulty, and Krishna, we feel like Krishna's not helping us at that time. No? And then Krishna shows us what impurities we need to overcome. Experienced that? Otherwise, we are thinking, oh, I'm a pure devotee. No? How many of us think I'm pure devotee? There's nothing more for me to improve. And that is why initially we read that Vaishnava K. Because this purification happens only in the association of devotees. Our impurities Krishna shows. I never knew I had so much envy. I never knew I had so much anger. Krishna puts us in situations. And then Krishna will help us. Krishna will guide us. And somehow we overcome everything back in happy Krishna consciousness. And then when we think, okay, this is so nice, next test will come. Experiences that? That's why this group, I keep it for only those who are chanting 16 rounds, for attending Sangha, doing service, because only when we do all these, we will get these kind of difficulties. No? None of you have these problems? Anyone come across anything where Krishna gives some test? All the time. Okay, Smita says all the time. Okay, thank you. So I'm
Yeah, all
not
the time.
all the time, yes. And actually, if like when I started analyzing when these problems happen, I realized that that is when I become proud. When I feel for a moment that, oh, wow, it's nice, I'm doing or something, one whack. I'm like, okay, Krishna, I'm not doing anything. I'm not good. And then somehow again things come back to normal. And then again, oh yeah, I am doing great. Next whack. So it's actually not actually Krishna's problem, because whenever I become proud, Krishna, like how Krishna left the gopis in Ras Leela. The moment they thought, I am great, Krishna is there with me, left. And Prabhupada mentions there, Krishna cannot tolerate the pride of his devotees. And when we analyze, we will see, okay, I am doing, boom, gone. Anyone experiences that? No. Have you connected it with the pride? No.
Yes, Matsi.
Yes. Okay. One. Anyone else? Yes, Lisa. Yes. Good. Nainabhiram Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. All obeisance to all
Hare
devotees.
Krishna.
Yes, mostly pride or all these situations, they come as we start to take control of things. Like we get too attached. Along with that, I mean, another experience is like when we are really down, right? Like when, as you said, he stands back, and but when we are really down, and even if it's our fault, but we just realize that it's our fault, and I don't know how to come out of the situation. Even in those situations, he comes back, and out of nowhere, things just work out, and he helps us. So that is also one realization.
Yes. Trunadapi Sunichena, the day when we think, Krishna, I don't know how I'm going to do this, Krishna. I'm not good at all, Krishna. I don't know anything. And then things, everything work very nice. Yes, Lisa.
Mataji, over Christmas, because the house was so quiet, I really started to believe that I was an incredibly patient and calm person. Then within, say, a week, when everybody was back and then there were even more people than usual, I was astounded at how impatient and how rude I was. And yeah, it was a real it was a real wake-up call.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for sharing. Yes, the moment we think, okay, I think I have all devotee qualities, and then comes the test. Yes, good. I'm glad that all of you are sharing it, because the whole point is it's not just one person, it's the story of everyone. It's everyone's story. Like in that level, no? Person who's chanting one round will not have all these realizations. That's why I keep this group only for those who are chanting 16 rounds, doing service, attending some sangha, being with devotees, because that is where all these tests will come. If I'm sitting in my room alone, I will think I am a great devotee, and I am happy. I'm chanting so many rounds, I'm reading so much, I'm perfect, and all those, because we are not taking the test at all. Unless we take the test, how? That's the purpose of tests, no? Why do we have tests in school? To know how much we know. When the test is not there, how we will know? So when we start doing, that is when all these tests come. So I'm very glad that at least few devotees are sharing. Anyone else to share?
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, yes, Mataji.
It is usually, it happens all the time, and I know that as soon as I will say it, oh, I did it very nice, there will be just 2 days, after 2 days something bad is happening for the same incident. Actually, the other day I was preparing kheer, and the way the kheer came out, I was like so impressed that, oh my god, I made so nice and it will be very good. And just 3 days back I prepared kheer, and someone was visiting house. On that day I didn't put sugar in that one.
Yes.
And it happens all the time. I would have visited temple. One day I will have a beautiful darshan. I will be very happy. Oh, why I was so fortunate. I got beautiful darshan, and I was on the first row and some everything. And as soon as I come out, evening something will happen, and I feel like I did that one. That's the result of this thing.
Yes. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. That in deity worship, or in any service for that matter, no, very easy to identify these anarthas when we do service. If we are not doing service, we don't realize at all. Yes, Sri Radhika Mataji, you want to say something?
Hare Krishna, Mataji. I was remembering about the kheer example when Mataji was saying, I don't know, one day the same thing, the kheer thing, I don't know where it tasted all, but then the same feeling I used to think, oh, it was coming out so well. I was just appreciating myself. And then when I tasted it, it was tasting salty. I didn't put salt. There's no way I can put salt in it. It was sweet, but I didn't realize where the salt came from. I was so surprised. Then I thought, okay.
Did you put salt or you didn't put
I,
salt?
I didn't put salt. I don't know. I still now sometimes it was another day. This was, I don't know, Mataji. This one I never had any explanation. I was about to drop the kids in school, and I boiled moong dal. I put the vegetables, and then it was done. I wanted to switch off the stove, but somehow I forgot, and I put it in the lower flame. And I completely forgot. I went to school, and it takes 45 minutes for me to drop the kids and then come back. Until I reached the house, I didn't remember about it. If I would have remembered, I would have panicked. What will happen? And When I just came and I was about to open the door, I remembered I left the stove on. And then I went and I was thinking, okay, the smoke alarm would have, my smoke alarm is so sensitive, it would have been on. And then when I went to the kitchen, nothing happened. The cooker was there, the flame was on, but it was in a very low flame. But nothing happened, it didn't burn. I still don't have any explanation for that. But this, I don't know, Mataji. I might be saying this like very proud way or what, but then this one incident, I really don't have any clue.
Yes.
Woman was there at house, and I don't know.
Krishna is in control. Krishna
I
is in
would never
control.
forget that incident.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. That's the other side.
He's always
Yeah.
merciful. I can't hear you, Mataji, suddenly.
You can hear. Can you hear me now? You able to hear?
Mm,
Okay.
yeah.
We can hear.
Yeah, I know. I think it was, I got a call. So.
Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you, Mataji. I just wanted to
Okay.
share.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. You know, yes, if when we are proud, the sugar can taste like salt in the kheer. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Like for me, that the last Rath Yatra last year, I think I mentioned that no, I made the dress like we did it in 2-3 days or something. We made Jagannath's dress and whole night we were doing the dupatta, like Penny and me, no? And then when I was stitching the next day morning, on the day of Rath Yatra morning, I'm dressing, I'm stitching the dupatta, putting the lace and all those. And I was thinking, finally made it. You know, I don't know stitching, but somehow everything happened. Okay, so we know it happened. And then what? We went for the Rath Yatra. I keep Jagannath on the chariot, and then I'm seeing something missing. And then I realized I have not put the dupatta. Both Jagannath Balram doesn't have dupatta. And the whole night, you know, we have been stitching. How Krishna, and then I knew if I had put the dupatta, everything will be fine and I will be proud. And Krishna knows that, you know, he doesn't want me to be proud. So he just, you know, so like that. Sometimes when we do something, the result doesn't happen because Krishna knows that if we get the result, we become proud. Yes, so pride is a very big enemy. Krishna cannot, this sentence I liked so much how Prabhupada is saying, Krishna cannot tolerate the pride of his devotees. How do we overcome the pride? How do we overcome the pride? Or how do we deal with this pride that comes?
Acknowledge that we're not the doer, Mataji.
Yes. How do we?
It's only the mercy of our spiritual master that is allowing us to do
Okay.
anything, because before it we weren't doing anything. So
Yes. If we were that great, we would have been doing before coming to Krishna consciousness also the same way. And I'm sure most of us accept that before coming to Krishna consciousness, we have been rubbish. And like there are people like me who are rubbish even after coming to Krishna consciousness. You know, so how Krishna can make such a good drawing out of a burnt charcoal? Example for that is my life. You know how Krishna can make a drawing. And burnt charcoal means there's no use. If it is wood, okay, it can be burnt. Now the wood is burnt, it is only charcoal. It cannot even be burnt. And still Krishna gets something good. So yes, Ekaleshwar Prabhu says gratitude. Yes, gratitude is very powerful. The more positive we are, Krishna likes it. The more thankful we are, Krishna likes it. But that's also again difficult, at least for me, because anything happens, I'm only telling, oh, that didn't happen, this didn't happen. I'm not being grateful for what Krishna has given me. And I tried it for 1 week, that just being grateful to Krishna, looking everything like, okay, thank you, Krishna, thank you, Krishna. Like even if I woke up a little late, I'm saying, thank you, Krishna, at least I woke up today. You know, I could have been dead at night, but at least you gave me one more day that I can have your darshan. So I tried very consciously to be positive, and then I could see the difference that week, that Krishna is happy, I am happy. Yes. And how else can we deal with the pride?
We like Pratap Prabhu said, we give the credit to Guru Mataji. Like we always say, like all goes to Prabhupada. When somebody
Okay.
gives the credit, all goes to Prabhupada, or all
Yeah.
goes to Guru Ranga. We say and okay, just
Okay. Good.
pass it on.
Okay. Pass it on, the credit to Guru and Krishna. Yes, because of them that is happening. Okay. Good.
When we realize we are just instruments, we're just an instrument, we are nothing. Today we are used and tomorrow it's someone else. So as long as we remain an instrument, I think we can handle with it much. I don't know.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And
Although,
Mataji, I think mainly thinking ourselves as the servant of the servant, as Prabhupada said. So it's, can you hear me?
I can hear, but I'm trying to figure out from where this voice is coming.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
sure.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah. So it's mainly thinking that we are just serving our gurus, serving Prabhupada's mission. It's just our mission that we are. It's not something that it's our own thing. It's we are serving. We are the servants, so we are serving. We are doing our duties. Nothing to be proud of. Nothing that I've accomplished. Anything. It's I'm just doing my duty, and that's all.
Doing our duty. Okay. Yes, we are servant. We are serving Krishna. Yes, Nainabhiram Prabhu.
A couple of things. One is reading in Srimad Bhagavatam where it's pride pastimes are there, right? So understanding from the other devotees, other acharyas, and other one is chanting. It also helps to overcome. Like if we chant seriously with that goal, like all the impurities, including pride, if we chant with that I want to just focus on my chanting, improve my chanting because I want to get rid of all the impurities. That can be one of the motivation chanting, and with that it will help.
Nice. Thank you, Prabhu. Yes, chanting automatically clears this. And that is why Prabhupada says chanting means it's a prayer to Krishna. Please engage me in your service. And so at the end of the day, we thank Krishna. Krishna, thank you so much for engaging me in your service. Thank you. And when I tried being specifically thanking, thank you, Krishna, for this. Thank you, Krishna, for that. Thank you, Krishna. And that is a devotee quality. Like, yes, I need to show you something from, let me see if I can take it. This comes in Mahabharata. In Mahabharata, I was thinking about it, that how the devotees, like usually when we have a difficulty, we pray to Krishna. Okay, Krishna, please help me. Please, Krishna, please help me, like that. So, but then how many of us thank Krishna at the end of it? That after it is done. So that also, it's good to have that also in our system, that not only do I go to Krishna when I need something, but I also thank Krishna after it is done. So I was thinking that in Mahabharata, at the end of Mahabharata, I need to see where it is. When the war was over, I think Yudhishthir Maharaj says, where all, how many times that they could win only because of Krishna. So there are like 3 or 4, I think he mentioned some 6. These times, Krishna, we wouldn't have overcome these situations if it were not for you. Like Jayadratha's killing wouldn't have happened without Krishna, because Krishna had to hide the sun, that the sunset has happened. That is when Jayadratha came out. then the same way which was it, Narayanastra? That Narayana, that when Ashodham, who sent that? And when the Narayanastra came, Krishna told that Arjuna, just lie down, everyone lie down. And Arjuna was like, I am a warrior. Why will I lie down? I will fight. And then Krishna said, no, listen to me. Just lie down, everyone flat. And everyone flat on the floor, no, on the ground. And then the arrow just passes them. And then Krishna explains, why did he say like that? Because the power of this arrow is that it will get the double strength as the person who is the opponent. How much the opponent puts the strength, this one will have double. So there is no way you can defeat, because the more you increase, the more the power of this arrow increases. So that is why Krishna said, just lie down, be humble. Just lie down, let it pass through. And isn't that the same in many cases in our life also? We think that I have to fight it out, but sometimes all it needs is just to lie down, let it pass. Any experiences like that where you just lie down, just surrender, lay flat, and then it just passes. And then you get up and everything is normal. That means we don't have to always react to all the situations, which is very difficult, because our false ego doesn't allow us to do that. Any situation comes, I need to fight, I need to do this. But then sometimes it just requires us to be flat on the ground. So that's another one situation where Krishna helped. Only because of Krishna they escaped. Like that, there are a few situations that Yudhishthira Maharaj says that these situations, I remember it is 6, I don't know where, I need to figure out where it is coming, but you can read in the Mahabharata that after the war is over, Yudhishthira Maharaj says that. So that is something which we have to work on implementing in our life, that we are also grateful to Krishna. Okay. And then that saves us from being proud also, because we are consciously becoming grateful to Krishna. Krishna, it's because of you that this one. Bhishma, what? Even Duryodhana killing, no? That's the one you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, even, no, Bhishma, yeah. Yeah, there are some 6, 7, yes, the Karna, then Duryodhana, because Bhima couldn't kill Duryodhana, no? And then Krishna had to say, yes, hit on his thigh. No? So like that, so many, no, oh yeah, Bhishma, yes, Krishna took the weapon, yes. Yeah, that one also, because Bhishma had 2 options, no? Either he will kill the Pandavas, or Krishna has to take the weapon. So Krishna took the weapon to save the Pandavas. How great is Krishna? And that is why Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, because he is also renounced. He doesn't have that thing of, I need to take the credit. He doesn't care. You take all the credit. No? Okay, thank you. Yes, that's also another one. Like that, there are 6, he says. So at the end of it, we also thank Krishna. And another thing I found is like, usually when we become upset about something, then I just paused for a moment and thought, what a privilege I have in doing that service. Or even I tried it even when I was tired. I'm physically tired, and I'm sitting and I'm like, no, what a privilege this is that I have got this service. And then suddenly tiredness gone. Happily back in action. When I looked at it as a privilege that I have got rather than I am doing this service. It was an amazing experience for me. When I thought of it as a privilege, yes, how many get the opportunity to do this? service? How many will get the opportunity to cook for Krishna? Okay, let me cook for Krishna. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He's there in my house, and I am able to serve, personally cook and serve Krishna. What a privilege. And then immediately all the enthusiasm, okay, let me cook. So even if you're not very excited about a certain activity, when we think that, okay, I don't deserve, but Krishna is allowing me to do it. And then I feel, oh, wow, let me do it. I become happy. So in that way, we always remember that I'm just a servant of Krishna. Krishna is allowing me. Okay. Okay. Any realizations in that?
How will is our Krishna consciousness is all about giving credit to all the other devotees, right? So that's how everyone get their motivation, inspiration, and that's how we encourage all the devotees, right? So how is it like to not take the credit, but to practice giving credit with everyone? So
Something I also need to learn. I was thinking you're asking, but then Mataji, you're always shouting at us.
no, Mataji, not like that. We have brought up to here.
I'm all the time telling you're wrong. Why you have not done this way? You do 100 things and then I find, or you do 99 things and I tell you, oh, that one thing you have done wrong. So it's quite a difficult task I have. But yeah, we practice it. It's not that we consciously give the credit and all those. It's just, it has to be in our nature. Doesn't care who gets the credit. And that one sentence actually helped me so much to think that if it doesn't matter who gets the credit, world would be so much better place. And if no one is concerned, who gets the credit?
Everything we do, we do with the expectation that it will please the devotees in Krishna, right? So, for example, making a paniyati pot, we make it so beautiful, or like, okay, all the Mataji's doing the seva to decorate. We expect that it pleases devotees in Krishna, right? So, automatically, that factor will only come when we see that, okay, that we are being appreciated for the work being done. Yeah, whether we are getting the credit or not, but
okay, that is fruitive. Now the solution, what I found for that, I got it from a very strange place. I've mentioned it before. I heard it in Sherlock Holmes, where Sherlock Holmes made a statement that the service in itself is the greatest reward. That we got the opportunity to make the Panihati pot in itself is the greatest reward. And when we get that service is the greatest reward, then we are not worried who is going to appreciate us. The very fact that we have been able to do the service, we are happy. Very useful, service in itself. And this also I said earlier that when we see how the gopis arrange the kunja for Krishna and Radharani to meet, how it happens, Krishna will send word that, okay, today at this time, at this place, I will meet Radharani. So the gopis decorate the kunja, make clean, decorate everything. And then halfway through that, maybe Krishna will send a message saying, oh, I'm not going to meet Radharani there. I will meet Radharani in the other place. What will the gopis do? Will they tell Krishna, Krishna, we have been working so hard for half a day getting your kunja ready. Now you just change the place like that? No. What will the gopis do? They just leave it, go and start setting up in the new place. So their consciousness is, if Krishna doesn't have anything to do with this, we have nothing to do with it. Maybe we put a lot of effort in that, but we have got nothing to do with it. If Krishna doesn't have anything to do with it. So that is why sometimes maybe we will put a lot of effort in doing something. Maybe we won't get the result of it. But we are okay. If Krishna doesn't need it, I don't need it either. That is the actual Gopi Bhava, Manjari Bhava. That if Krishna doesn't want, I don't want. And that Prabhupada says about this meat eating also. Why we don't eat meat? Because Krishna doesn't eat. If Krishna says eat it, we will eat it. And that takes us out of this kind of anartha called that my principle. We all stand for principles, no? I stand for this. If this is not happening, I cannot stand this one. I cannot stand someone telling lies. I cannot stand someone doing this. But for Krishna, we see, Krishna doesn't have, okay, this is what pleases my devotee, I will do it. You want me to lift Govardhan? I will lift Govardhan for you. You want me to tell a lie? Okay, I'll tell a lie. You want me to break my promise? Okay, no problem. Imagine, like, will we do that to break a promise for someone else? I gave my word. That's a big thing, no? But Krishna, so we are also the same. Ideally, devotees also, if Krishna wants, I will do. If Krishna doesn't want, done. So someone asks us to do a service, okay, Krishna wants me to do it, I will do it. Oh, Krishna doesn't want me, okay, I don't want it. So our attachment, our focus is only on Krishna. Okay, that answers your question, Prabhu? Yeah, okay, thank you. Yes, Bhakti Priya Mataji.
I just wanted to add to those points actually.
Mhm.
Two things. One is that when we do service, sometimes Krishna puts obstacles, or sometimes Krishna brings difficulties, and then we understand I can't do anything. It's only by mercy of Guru and Krishna that I can actually do something.
Yes.
And one other point was that when we actually do with the mood of pleasing Krishna and the Vaishnavas, we'll feel happy in the service.
Yes.
Like when I was at university, Guru Maharaj was supposed to come, and we were supposed to, just last minute we were told, in 2 days is coming, you need to get a hall, you need to do. And literally like 2 days before the program, I'm going around trying to get people to allow us to use a hall in the university campus. And it was even end of the day, 7 o'clock, we still didn't have a hall, but I was so blissful from just going around and asking people. So if we actually do it just to please, then the happiness will naturally come.
Yeah, very good point. We will feel happiness even before it is done. One year, I was going to buy flowers for Rath Yatra. I'm just buying the flowers to make the garland. I've not made the garland, but just the fact of buying the flowers made me so happy. And then I read that, yes, Prabhupada says that when we are doing the activity, even before getting the result, we will be happy because Krishna is already happy and Krishna has already accepted our service. And yes, obstacles will be there when we try to do service. I always tell that this pastime that Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj says, from Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj's life, that he is in the library party. He is going to one university, driving with another devotee. And they had an appointment at a certain time, say like afternoon, 2 o'clock or something. And they were driving, and that time there was no GPS or all this. So the other devotee who was looking at the map and guiding, the route, and they just had just enough time to reach there. And now what happened? This devotee forgot to tell when they had to take a turn, and he drove straight. And after some time, he realized that, oh, I forgot to tell that we had to take a left there before. And he was so scared. And then somehow he said to Maharaj that, Maharaj, I forgot. I missed it. We had to turn. We have come far. We need to go back. And then Maharaj said that now we know that where we are going, that is going to be successful. Because when the result is going to be good, there will definitely be obstacles. And that's another way of looking at obstacles, that when there are obstacles, we know this is something which Kali doesn't want us to do. So sometimes Kali can put the obstacles, and the obstacle is there because the result is going to be good. And in that way, we become more enthusiastic with an obstacle. And that is why we should do Rath Yatras. When we organize Rath Yatra every year, some obstacle has to be there. Somewhere, something has to be there, difficulty. And then when I was telling like this to one devotee who organizes the London Rath Yatra, he was also telling that till some problem happens, we are not peaceful, because definitely something has to be there every year. Every year, every year, every year. Something or the other will be there, a problem. And then we are, depending on Krishna, we surrender to Krishna. Krishna, definitely I cannot do this. Jagannath, I don't know what to do. And then somehow it all clears up. So the more important service, or the more we are doing a service which has got so much more impact, it will have more obstacles or more opposition for that matter. So in that way, when there is an opposition or an obstacle, then that can also make us more convinced about the service that we are doing. This service is an attack on Kali, because Kali's things are stopped then. So in that way, Kali can put us obstacles, or Krishna also wants us to be depending on him more and more, like the boat pastime in Kusum Sarovar. In the boat pastime, the Krishna is the boatman. And then he says, oh, this boat is going to sink. All what he wanted was Radharani to embrace him. And for that, he made the whole hurricane coming, the storm coming, and Radharani is scared. So like that, Krishna likes us to depend on him. So even for that also, Krishna may give us obstacles, how much we are depending. And have we noticed that when we have more obstacles, that is when we are more Krishna conscious, because we depend on Krishna more? When things go right and when things, everything is fine, we're thinking, yeah, I'm doing. We are in that me consciousness. But when things are like we are faced with our own anarthas, then we are praying, Krishna, Krishna, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Then in that way, we become more Krishna conscious. No? Okay. So, yes, good. So we discussed about reading Prabhupada's books, especially Krishna book every day, that we can try. Please, I'm also trying. And when I read, it's nice. The next day, japa is very good. Then reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is enough to read. And that way, there is no time for Maya. So it's always good, like how we discussed in the beginning of the year, have targets for every month, reading target, chanting target, service target. Then in that way, we will be completely Krishna conscious. And when we are completely Krishna conscious, we will not even see the obstacles that are coming. Like Prahlad Maharaj. He was so absorbed in Krishna consciousness that nothing bothered him. If things bother us, that is because we are not fully Krishna conscious. So the way to be Krishna conscious, have the target for ourselves, reading target. That sadhana, last week we discussed how important is sadhana. Our own practice of reading, chanting. Otherwise, it is very easy for us to slip back into material life because we won't get the taste of service because our sadhana is not strong. Whatever happens, sadhana has to be strong. Chanting in the morning, reading specific, this one, studying. Studying is always important. I'm sure those who are doing Bhakti Shastri will be able to say that. How much that absorption is there. Even if it is an exam, that absorption will be there. when we do Bhakti Shastra or any course for that matter. So reading, chanting, reading, and in terms of our own development of our attitude, like how in Nectar of Instruction we saw, Srila Prabhupada says the advancement in Krishna consciousness depends on, remember, Nectar of Instruction, what does it say? Yes, advancement in Krishna consciousness depends on the depends on what?
Is it that like Bacha Begum, that sloka?
Before that, this is in the preface, Prabhupada says. Not sincerity. Okay, sincerity will like, but word Prabhupada uses is not sincerity. Advancement in Krishna consciousness depends on?
Enthusiasm.
What does Prabhupada say? All this may be right. Mercy, okay, no. What does Prabhupada say? Prabhupada says advancement in Krishna consciousness depends on the attitude of the follower, which includes all this sincerity, enthusiasm, everything. And that is why Nectar of Instruction is very important, because it helps us to develop the right attitude. Advancement in Krishna consciousness depends on the attitude of the follower. We may chant 32 rounds, we may chant 48 rounds, but what attitude? That is what matters. Like a rich person can give 100,000 pounds for Krishna when he has another, 1 billion in his account. And there may be another person who has got only 10 pounds, but he gives all the 10 pounds for Krishna. This is all that what I have. Whom does Krishna like more? Whom is Krishna pleased with? So Krishna is looking at how much, what is our attitude? Okay, I give myself completely to Krishna. So Krishna is a person. And that's a good thing. Krishna is a person. Krishna knows. He doesn't mind whether it is 10 pounds or 100 pounds, 10,000 pounds, 100,000. Doesn't matter to him. It's the attitude that he considers. And it is the same with time also. Krishna, I've got so many things which pull me in all directions. I'm getting 5 minutes. Let me do something for Krishna in this 5 minutes. And that 5 minutes will give us extreme bliss because Krishna accepts that offering. Someone else may have all 24 hours and they may spend like 1 hour for Krishna. But Krishna knows, yeah, you have got more time, but you spend only 1 hour for me. No? So like that. So attitude. So that's why we were discussing the Nectar of Instruction. We discussed Vajo Vegam. Then that first verse itself, Vajo Vegam. Did we discuss about learning some shlokas, learning the shloka or something last time? Vajo Vegam, Manasa Krodha Vegam, Jihva Vegam, Uttaropastha Vegam. To start learning shlokas, that is another very good way, best way of remaining Krishna conscious. Learn shlokas so that we are always thinking, okay, what is the next shloka? Okay, what was that shloka that I learned? Then what happens? We have no time to worry about things because we are more focused on our own sadhana. Easily we can learn 1 shloka per week. Easy. Verse, 1 verse and translation we can learn every week. So in that way, we can be Krishna conscious. So that's why sadhana is very, very important. If we have to overcome all the difficulties, the best is, it is mandatory to have a good sadhana. And all anarthas like pride or envy or ego, whatever it comes when our sadhana is not strong. Because even if there is a challenge, if our sadhana is strong, if our chanting is good, we will get the answers when we are chanting, or we will get the answer when we are reading. But if we are not doing that, we are still in our mental state and we won't get an answer because we are not spending time to hear Krishna. So we read, we chant, we hear. Hearing Prabhupada, mandatory. How many of us hear Prabhupada lecture every day? 1, 2, yes, 3, 4, 5, James, Chaitanya Prabhu, 7, therefore 5, 6, including me. Okay, okay. And Abhiram Prabhu, yes, good. Yes. Hearing Prabhupada, very important. Yes. That was both of you hearing every day? Oh.
Yes, yes, Mother.
Okay, good, good. Okay, very good, very good. Yes. That is no option. That every day mandatory hearing Prabhupada. Actually, both Prabhupada and spiritual master every day. Every single day. And that Kadhamrita app is there. Very easy. When cooking, while any time. It need not be a whole lecture if it is not possible. At least hear that voice every day of Prabhupada. Maybe one sentence, but that sentence may be exactly what we want to hear. So hearing Prabhupada's lectures every day, mandatory. That there is no choice. Just like chanting 16 rounds, following regulatory principles, hearing Prabhupada every day, reading Prabhupada's books every day. No choice if you want to progress. Yes, Kadhamrita app. You can install the Kadhamrita app. It is there in App Store and Google Store. Install that, and that it is a radio. It just starts somewhere. And when I'm trying to just hear something, every time I start, it will be the disciple reciting the shloka. So I have to hear for some time to hear Prabhupada. So Prabhupada has his ways also. Every time I hear, that is some devotee reciting the shloka. So, yeah, so we hear Prabhupada somehow or the other. Hearing Prabhupada important, and Prabhupada's chanting is there, bhajans are there, we can hear any of those. Yes. So next week, next week, what do we do? This next Sunday, I'm traveling. So Monday, I'll be in India, if Krishna willing. What do we do? Like, I'm thinking about the timing because 7 will be like 12:30, no, midnight.
Yeah, so we can bring it earlier, no? Actually,
I don't know.
like 5 o'clock.
I don't know who all are okay with 5. Yo, Lola, she's okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, recording is there. Yes. 5. Okay. 5 will be 10:30. Okay. 10:30 to 11:30. Yes. Okay. 5. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Then Monday, 5 o'clock. Next Monday, we will do at 5. Let's see. Others can, because I don't want to stop this. Because it's not good to have break, Then the flow goes. So yeah, let's do 5 o'clock then next Monday. Okay. And that's for next 2 months. If everything goes as per the plan. I'm scared always, just buying a ticket, we cannot go to the Dham. Krishna has to sanction. So this time is very anxious for me. So let's see. Okay. Okay. So we'll stop here now. Any questions, comments, reflections, realizations, or anything that you have decided will improve from today, not from tomorrow, from today. If you are thinking, I want to read Krishna book, please do it today. And if it is not possible, suppose you have no time at all, This sometimes I do, not that always I do, but some things I practiced in the beginning was to touch the book and keep it back. If you really, really, really don't have time, touch the book or read one sentence. So in that way, at least that association is there. Okay, so anyone want to share what they would like to start this? Oh, Hari Bol, nice Krishna book. Very nice, good. Okay, so Manjari Gopika Mataji is deciding today, starting reading Krishna book. Hari Bol, every day, yes. Anyone, who else? Wonderful, that touching itself, no? Just touching Prabhupada's books.
I'm also going to start reading Krishna book today, Martin.
Okay. Yes, that in that, no, how many pages do we have to read? If we read 5 pages, I think we finish in 3 months or something. If we read 1.5 page in 1 year, we can finish. Yes, Shyamala?
No, Mataji, I started it day before yesterday, and you're saying one sentence, but the minute you start one sentence, one page, you will not stop there. That is the thing. So that's what I've been realizing. So I read it for 2 days now, and every time I end up reading one chapter. So
very good, very good. And that's the tricking the mind, no? Let me just read one sentence, and then you cannot stop. That's the way we trick our mind. Okay, thank you. So she has already started reading Krishna book. Who else?
I've been reading it, Mataji, but not every day. So maybe from today onwards, it's a practice to do it every day.
Every day is
Yeah.
important. Because sometimes we keep the book and then we will not realize how time went. Maybe 1 year went without reading. So that is why this practice of reading every day is important. Yes, good. Any? Yes, Nitya Pranayini Mataji. Hari Bol. You're going to start reading Krishna book.
Mataji, yes, I started. It's been like 4 or 5 days now. So yes, after your class, I was like very inspired, and I started now. So I try to read one paragraph or like whole page for some time. But whenever I get the time, I couldn't keep it down. So I want to read it more and more. Yes, Mataji.
Yes, very good. Okay, so there's one Prabhupada disciple, Atma Tattva Prabhu, and one day, I don't know, maybe it was Prapti Siddhi or whatever, some Siddhi, I don't know. So one devotee was telling this was his own experience. So Atma Tattva Prabhu is sitting, and behind him is the bookshelf. And he told this devotee, take any book, any Prabhupada's book, open the book, and now I forgot whether it was read a sentence and he will tell from which book, which page it is, or you tell which, like you open the book, he will tell you, if you tell which book, which page, he will be able to tell the sentence. And this is from any Prabhupada's book. So there are devotees like that. Just read any sentence, he will be able to tell which book, which chapter it is coming. Something which you can try, Ekaleshwar Prabhu and James Prabhu are inspired for that. I would love to, like to have the whole Krishna book by heart, And then you hear a sentence and you know, okay, this is this chapter, this. Anyone for that challenge? No.
I was going to say that's exactly what James Howell is like in our Tuesday Sang.
Okay, like how? You tell any sentence and he knows.
Well, no, but that's the sort of thing that he would do without telling anyone.
I would try to do, but my Kali Yuga brain would not facilitate it.
Yeah, good to try actually.
Yeah,
I
good
tried with
try.
nectar of instruction.
Okay.
I said, okay, I want to just know like every paragraph what Prabhupada is saying. I couldn't by heart the whole thing, but even then it helped. I was thinking like, okay, if we say nectar of instruction, first verse, what are the points that Prabhupada is saying? Because the purport is very long. each paragraph what it means. I think for the few pages I tried, and it was so blissful. Then as soon as you say nectar of instruction, verse 3, we know exactly what points Prabhupada says. And there are devotees like that. Read, like if you say one Bhagavad Gita shloka, and if you just say the shloka, they will be able to say what are the points Prabhupada covers in the purport, not the meaning of the shloka or the translation. We struggle even with the translation. One Bhakti Shastri shloka, how much we are struggling for one shloka and translation. But then devotees know the whole purport by heart. Any verse in Bhagavad Gita. What is Prabhupada saying? They can say. So it's not something which we cannot achieve. It is possible. And when we do all that, no, we are blissed, like completely in bliss. Nothing can affect us. It's a good thing. Maybe someone can try. At least, nectar of instruction. Let us learn the first verse, what all Prabhupada says, each point, each verse, each paragraph, what is Prabhupada saying, we can try that. Okay, yes, good. Anything else that anyone would like to try implementing for their own sadhana? Oh, yeah, yes. Lolachi has this of Panchatattva Seva challenge. How many of you registered? It's starting tomorrow. Okay, Smita, Lisa, I did. Lolachi, okay.
What's this, Mataji?
Panchatattva Seva challenge. There are 3 levels of till Nityananda Trayodashi, 4 days or 5 days something. Every day, do kirtan, tell someone about, make at least one person chant once Maha Mantra. There are a few things. You have not registered?
Where it has published, Mataji? In Guru Kripa group or?
Yes, that is there. Yes.
It is also in Guru Maharaj's channel, WhatsApp channel.
Okay, channel, it is there. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, Lolachi shared in her group. Yeah, it would be good to. I was thinking, should I do, shouldn't I do? Then I thought, okay, that's a good challenge. Anyway, it's starting tomorrow. There are 3 levels, no? 3 levels are there. The first one was more difficult for me, that there is something in that singing something or something. But yeah, you can try what it is. Yes. Okay. Yes, very good, very good. Yes, we can read about Lord Nityananda. Okay, that brings to the point of Nityananda Trayodashi next Monday. So there is 1 week we can do. Read about Lord Nityananda, hear Prabhupada's lectures on Nityananda Trayodashi. So by the day Nityananda Trayodashi, we are fully Nityananda conscious. And that's why these festivals are there, so that we can meditate on it, meditate on that pastimes, the festivals. And Nityananda Prabhu, I told once, I was telling one of my friends that I'm not getting any feeling for Lord Nityananda. And then she looked at me like, what's wrong with you? Who will not love Lord Nityananda? But I am, So once we read about Lord Nityananda, we hear about Lord Nityananda, then we will feel so much connected. And she was telling, who else will you call when you are in trouble other than Nitai, Lord Nityananda? So like that. So once, if you don't know how we will take shelter. So that's another thing we can do this week for reading about Lord Nityananda, hearing Lord Nityananda's pastimes. Yeah, then we are fully charged with Krishna that we won't even realize that we are in this material world. Prabhupada has given us enough things to be absorbed. Okay. Okay. Anything else? Anyone else has anything? Otherwise, we'll stop here.
Hare Krishna Mataji, one question here. Like, you emphasize reading on Prabhupada's lecturer or something like that. Is there also importance of listening to own Guru Maharaj?
Yes, of course. Yes. Otherwise, how we will know our spiritual master if we are not hearing? We need to also understand. It's not even understanding, or if not even hearing spiritual master. By hearing, we will understand the mood of the spiritual master. Otherwise, how we will know? But the first is Prabhupada. We hear, so every day should be hearing Prabhupada and spiritual master. Every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
we should hear both.
So for our Guru Maharaj, like generally the classes are there,
Yes.
but is there anything else?
In Kadamrita also it is there, no?
Okay, that app.
Yeah. That app is a must app. And there are like the Indradumna Maharaj Kirtans are there, lectures are there. So it's many Radhanath Maharaj's lectures are there. Indra Prabhu's Kirtans are there, Prabhupada's lectures, bhajans, japa.
Oh, that's like common repository then. Okay.
Full. Yeah. So you just select whichever it starts, the radio, it's a radio. So you just switch it on. You don't have to select anything. Like just you will get the list, select one of it and it will start.
Okay, so new for us, yeah.
Yes. Please install Kadhamrita app. Very important. It's a must. So I think Chaitanya Prabhu was listening it while driving.
You have that transcendental app, but this is.
Yeah, Transcend is books.
Yeah, correct.
And both needs internet. I think Kadhamrita also needs internet. Yeah. Transcend also needs internet. Okay. So yeah, please try. Somehow or the other, we have to be Krishna conscious. And no one else is going to make me Krishna conscious. I need to work on it. So chant, read, hear, talk about Krishna. Then we are blissful. Okay. So we'll stop here now. 8:15 or 8:14. Okay.
1
So we'll
minute.
stop here. Okay. Thank you so much. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। समवेद भक्त वृंद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंद।